Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and on the call with me today we have Kimberly Hainish or Heinish? Say your last name for me.
Heinish.
Heinish. It's E-I, so I kind of thought it was Heinish, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's a little spelled weird.
No, it's a little German.
Yes, German.
So Kimberly is our new customer service rep, and she is filling in for Olivia today because Olivia is working with Natasha on another project this morning. So it's just going to be me and her.
Hello, everyone.
It should be kind of short and sweet because we don't have much to talk about. So if you've got any questions for us, please type them in the chat pod or check the box on the file pod below where you check in by region. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is pull up the items from the dashboard that still need some work. We're going to minimize this just a little bit. I did these actually last night, not this morning. And one of the things that you can see, referral pendings, appointment not scheduled, we're slowly whittling that down. I think we were down to 55 when I was checking last night, and I put zeros where there were numbers before. So thank you very much for clearing out your lists. It looks like Northwest, you still have 8 of them in there that need to be handled. And then Uptown and Woodlawn, you have several that need to be taken care of as well. Everybody else is a little bit, and Inglewood, you got 7. No-show CBO intake, that means they did not show up for their initial intake appointment. And Rockford, you're almost the big winner with 12, but then we have Centralia that has 13 that were scheduled that never showed up. That you guys need to do something with these customers before time expires. So please refer to your dashboard for your office so that you can take care of those numbers for us. For the Northwest office, please add her as the point of contact. Dave, do you know if Evelyn has an Epic Access account? If not, she needs to create one. Okay, I will look to see if I can get her added there. We haven't gotten communication from Ms. Wesley yet about that, so thank you for that notification. Okay, one of the things that I don't look at, Bobby, is I don't look at case notes. So if you have a case note in there for when the customer was scheduled for that conciliation, then that's great, and I appreciate that effort. So I'm just reporting numbers today. That's all I look at for this. The next column, though, I do look at case notes for the referral rejected, requires action, and there are 25 people in this list, but as of last night, these 4 offices have these 4 customers who require some sort of a response or a case note added. So if you could please, if you happen to be at Northern, Northwest, Uptown, or I believe it was East St. Louis, if you could take care of those 4 customers and at least put a case note in about what what the action is that is happening with that customer, I would appreciate that. There is only 1 customer from Humboldt that is no longer appropriate that will require some action. And those who have recommended sanction, there's a few odds and ends. Mid-South, you've got 4 that were there last time as well. So we need to get those numbers addressed. Everybody else is 1s and 2s, but some of those 1s and 2s have been there since the last time I did this listing on the 29th because I was not here for the call on the 12th. So if you guys could get these numbers addressed, that would be super duper fantastic. All right, and Kimberly's going to put these out in the minutes with when she types those up for me later this morning. One of the things that I noticed is I've been out in some of the CBO offices the past week and a half, 10 days or so, and one of the things that I'm noticing is that there is a number of customers who have been marked as SNAP eligible and being reengaged, but there is no appointment being scheduled. So does everybody know where that is on the dashboard? Now, I know we don't have anywhere near enough of the representatives from the offices. There's only 14 people on the call, and I see at least 3 of them that are not with a local office there. So I hate to bore you guys, but I've got to show you this so that it's in the recording for the webinar. So on here, on the dashboard, if we have an enrolled customer, we're going to go to the enrolled dashboard, and if we have somebody, I don't have anybody that's exited. I don't have anybody that's exited, so I'm just going to have to show you on here. Let me exit somebody. So if they're made ineligible and then you go back to make them, re-engage them, then what happens is you update their SNAP eligibility status to SNAP eligible, and this is not showing in test, and being re-engaged. This customer hasn't been ineligible long enough. So what you then need to do is on here, you need to schedule an appointment. That has to be done, and we can't just do paper copies for this. We have to have it in the system. I do know that one customer was sent to an agency, and there was no appointment that day, and the customer was upset. The agency was upset. The customer got sent back to the DHS office, so that made the DHS office upset. So if you guys can just, if you're marking them as being reengaged and then schedule the appointment for them, that would be super phenomenal. And sure, tell me what you have to follow. Are you going to type, Chris? You're not, I don't have your mic opened. Did you call in? All right, hang on. Give me the last 4 of your phone number that you dialed in from. Okay. I love dead airtime. Because I've got 3 numbers here that are a 773 area code, Chris. Do, 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 do. I don't have a 4260. I don't have a 4246. 773-602 or 881 or 863. 773-602. All right, I got it. All right, Chris, you should be able to talk.
Okay, so policy states if we are to engage a customer, we have to call them in and give them 10 days to come in. And then we have to have them also agree to go. So we have to give them another referral and have them agree to go. We may have to update the conciliation, not the conciliation, but the eligibility plan as well. So we have to do an interview.
I understand that, but what's happening is in the EPIC dashboard, they're being marked as SNAP eligible and re-engaged, but no case notes.
We're putting down on our appointments that we're calling them in for re-engagement.
Okay, that's fine, but if there's no case note about when their appointment is scheduled, that's when I get worried and start wondering about this. So if you guys mark them as re-engaged and put a case note in, customer scheduled for an appointment at such and such a time on such and such a day, and I see that it's a DHS case note, then I don't get worried about it.
So
at the appointment, when you're meeting with that customer, schedule them for an appointment in EPIC to go to the CBO. Don't just send them to the CBO.
Right. Well, that's what we're doing. I just want clarity. And you want those appointments under profile, correct?
I want a case note about when you're scheduling a customer to come back to
That's what I
the
meant.
DHS
You want
office.
the case note under profile, correct?
Correct.
All right.
All right. Is that good then?
Yeah, that's fine. As I was listening to you, I was missing that component. I know we are sending the appointments, so we're making them re-engage, but we can't either clear it or sanction or put the appointment in until they come in.
Right, and I totally get that, and I would totally want that to happen, but I need to know, are they re-engaged and getting sent to a CBO office, or are they re-engaged and coming back to DHS, and why isn't there an appointment scheduled in EPIC? So I need your process followed, but then I also need my process followed.
You want the case note, and then once we send them, you also want the case note saying customer was sent to so-and-so for forklift training, whatever, on whatever date, correct?
As long as you schedule it in the system, it will submit an automatic case note.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That automatic case note goes under progress, while our note still goes under profile.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So, but what I'm not seeing in a lot of cases, I'm not seeing an appointment scheduled for a new date when they're marked as re-engaged.
Okay. Well, we'll keep doing ours the right way then.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. All right. So, Rosalind, I'm gonna mute you again, Chris.
Okay.
So, Rosalind said, Dee, that's been the understanding. We update worksheets as well as EPIC notes with events and relevant dates. What's the question? All right. So, yes. But I have had some of the CBOs report to me, Rosalind, that the customers are getting sent directly to the CBO without a notification in EPIC with a new appointment scheduled. So right here on this line in the enrolled dashboard, it says referral pending scheduled appointment. Let me go live for this one. I have to log in, excuse me. Whoops. Can't even spell my own name. So in the enrolled dashboard, once a customer has been re-engaged and then assigned to an appointment, they should be showing up in this referral pending scheduled appointment. And right now we have 6 people with a scheduled appointment. So Rosalind, what has happened since we've been doing the re-engagement, the customers are showing up at an office without an appointment showing up in this line on the dashboard. And this is what the CBOs refer to so that they know who's coming in what day. Okay? Does that explain that? And Chris said, and I totally understand what Chris said about making sure that the customer comes into the DHS office, finds out all those other little details that you guys need to know, and then gets sent out. But we need them to be scheduled through Epic for the CBO intake appointment. Thank you, Rosalind. I appreciate that. All right. I'm done with my agenda. And our next meeting will be February 9th. If you have not already had a chance to check in, please do so with the region. Dave Johnson, are you still on the call? Are you going to be Evelyn Dorsey's secondary contact? All right. Okay. Dave, can you do me a favor and just send me an email with that information in and then copy Deidre Wesley? Thank you very much. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Sunday we're going to be celebrating my grandson's 3rd birthday. So everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.